Good morning everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name's Emma Porter and I look after the West Midlands region for Hikvision. Now I'm going to give you an overview of Hikvision's appearance search solution today. So I'm going to introduce you to the technology and to the product. And I'm also joined by the very lovely Phil Smith from our project pre-sales team, who'll also lead a live demo too. Okay, so what is appearance search? Well, using a deep learning algorithm, appearance search is a really accurate way to identify a person or a vehicle by extracting useful information from the face, human body or vehicle. So this makes searching for a person of interest or a vehicle of interest much more efficient. So rather than wasting man hours sifting through footage, you can pinpoint events involving people or vehicles based on specific descriptions, such as clothing colour or vehicle type. And when you use this with our HikCentral VMS platform, you can also search across an entire site or multiple sites, making it even more efficient. So let's take a look at the solution itself. So as I mentioned, the key advantage of this solution is that it provides the ability to efficiently search recorded footage based on appearance, be that for humans or for vehicles. So for example, it can pick up human attributes such as age, gender, if someone's wearing glasses, the colour of clothing, whether someone's carrying a bag or if someone's riding a bike. Or if you're more focused on cars, it can search for vehicle type and vehicle colour. Now, the deep learning algorithm used for appearance search solution is a little bit different from others. So this slide shows how we've improved the technology to resolve some of the issues that are often found. So we've been able to improve accuracy when an image is a bit blurry or when only the side of a face is captured by the camera rather than the whole of the face, or if the target is very small and there are not many pixels on target. All of this improves and enhances the accuracy for the solution. Now, there are different ways to set up appearance search within our product range depending on your install scenario. So the first one I'm going to talk through is for a single door. This is a standalone solution, and this is using one of our deep in view 7-line cameras with our HikCentral VMS. It's worth noting you can add an iSeries MVR for storage, but on this solution you don't have to. So in this scenario, you'd use your deep in view camera to do facial recognition, and then you'd search various appearance parameters on the HikCentral platform. And the key features for this solution, they include things like VIP recognition. So if you've got important high net worth customers coming into a retail setting perhaps, and you want to know when they're in store. For employee recognition, so you can manage who is on site, when and where, and possibly grant access to certain areas. Again, access, so if you've got certain areas in an office that are restricted, only certain personnel are allowed to enter the control room or something like that, you've got that there. Stranger alert, if you've got an office environment where you don't want certain people to go beyond a line or something like that. Membership recognition, so for somewhere where you need to be a member to go into a building, such as a gym. And self-exclusion alerts. So if someone has signed up to self-exclusion for perhaps a gambling establishment, this solution can really help to manage that too. The second solution is for a multi-door scenario. So this is using our standard cameras this time with a deep in mind MVR and HikCentral. And here the MVR is doing the identity recognition. So this is really ideal for an existing install. So perhaps you've got somewhere that's already got our cameras on site, but you want to add this technology, you would add the intelligent MVR there. So it supports the same key features as the first solution. So as I talked through before, VIP recognition, employee recognition, access, stranger alert, membership recognition and self-exclusion alerts. But you can also do a little bit more with this solution. You can add in real-time time and attendance. So you can export an attendance report from the MVR or from HikCentral. And this solution also gives you the feature of retrospective searching. So perhaps in a scenario like a shopping centre or a care home where you might need to retrospectively search through stored footage, you'd be able to do that for missing or for vulnerable people. The third solution uses our Fusion server instead of a Deep in Mind MVR alongside either standard or 7-line cameras and HikCentral. Now, the Fusion server supports more channels of appearance search and is almost the next step up from the intelligent MVR. So as well as the same key features that are supported with solution 1 and 2, it also adds a new feature called Confirm Identification, where you can check and compare 2 captured or uploaded faces, and you can highlight any similarities between them to confirm if the images are the same person. So where are you going to deploy this technology? What sort of installs are you working on into the new year that would benefit from appearance search? So we see this working really effectively in a retail setting, for example, where customer service is key, where you need to go that extra mile. So perhaps a high-end jewellers with a VIP list of customers, you want to know when your big spenders are are coming in so that you can deal with them effectively and make sure that they feel loved. Or perhaps in an environment where a retailer or a leisure facility has a duty of care to support the use of exclusion lists. Someone has put themselves onto an exclusion list and the setting needs to manage that very, very carefully. Or perhaps it's an office environment where you've got a permitted access list for specific areas of a building. So you've got your server room where only 2 people are allowed in and you want to make sure that you can control that. Another function of appearance search is for attendance statistics. So in this would work really well in an office. So you'd utilise the face library and you'd be able to confirm attendance within an office setting and give a real-time people count in any given area. And this can also form an office roll call too. Now, on each of the 3 solutions, I've been talking about using our HikCentral platform, and one of the key advantages of this is that you can search for a person or a vehicle of interest across multiple sites. So if you're managing 3 or 4 different sites, you can search through all of those, you can collate and then export all of those videos together to give you a really good evidence log. Now, let's take a look at the product showcase. Now, I promise not to dwell on part codes, but in summary, we've got a deep in view cameras, both internal and external for the standalone solution. And then we've got deep in mind MVRs with different channel numbers. Worth noting, the B version, Deep in Mind MVRs, are now end of life. We've moved on to the C version, so you can see on the slide there, the bracket C, that's the latest version. But please, if you're a VASP partner, please speak to your BDM or your distributor and we can help you select the correct product. Again, this slide, not expecting you to remember all of this, but this gives you a comparison between our different cameras and different MVRs, how many channels of identity recognition each MVR can provide, how many faces can be stored in the library. Again, talk to us. We can really help you to make sure that you select the correct product for your install. Now, as I've touched on throughout, each of the 3 solutions that I've presented will give you different appearance search parameters. As a standard, no matter how you set up the solution, be it 1, 2 or 3, you'll have the ability to search for top colour, for gender, if a person is cycling, if they're wearing a backpack, their age group, and if they're wearing glasses. But there are more functions available to you if you use our 7 series cameras with HikCentral, or if you use our Fusion server with HikCentral. Those 2 scenarios will give you more searchability. Now, I've talked about HikCentral a lot. This is our VMS, which can pull together all of our products into one comprehensive management solution. I'm not going to expand any further on Central, as I would have you here all day, because it is a really fantastic piece of software. It really is. Please, if you're a VASP partner, speak to your BDM and we can give you a demo. We can give you a lot more information about HikCentral because it really is fantastic. But the key point here is if you use our HikCentral platform with appearance search, the captured images or snapshots will be stored on there, so you can use that single platform to use all the smart features retrospectively, so it pulls everything together really neatly. Now, I've just got a couple of important best practice install tips for you before I hand over to the very lovely Phil. The first is to give the cameras the very best chance of capturing a face. try and locate them within a walkway or around an entrance or exit, which naturally funnels people through. You want to be able to see a face to be able to use the technology. So if you put these cameras in that sort of location, it will really help your accuracy. It's also worth paying attention to lighting. Make sure there's enough light, make sure there's no backlight, there's no glare from windows or doors or anything like that. Worth paying attention to when you're installing the cameras, making sure that your angles are okay. If you're installing on an incline, there's no obstructions. Make sure the scene isn't too wide, so you're not looking for something that's too small, or if you've got any steep elevations, just pay real attention to where the cameras are to give them the best chance of being able to capture. Now, remember, if you've got any questions from anything I've just covered, please send them in now to Sawyer and to Ariel at answers.uk@hikvision.com. Now, it's time for me to hand over to Phil, who's going to take you through a live demo of the appearance search solution.
Thank you very much, Emma. Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Phil Smith. I'm part of the project pre-sales team within the North. So today I'm going to give you a live demonstration of the appearance search within HikCentral. Firstly, let's go through the equipment that we've set up for today for the demonstration. So we're using a 7-line camera. This is just being used as a video feed into a DeepInMind NVR. The model of the DeepInMind NVR that we're using today is an IDS-9616 NXI-i8/XB. So it's a second generation NVR. We've set up video structuralization on that NVR, which will pick out the appearances of the people of interest walking through the scene. And we are using HikCentral version 2.1. So if we jump onto the HikCentral screen, this is the HikCentral control client. So if I hover over the left-hand side here to bring the menu up, and I'll go down to body search, this will then take us into the appearance search feature page. So at the top here, you can see we can select a time period. So the time period can be the last 6 hours, today, yesterday, the last 7 days, or a custom time interval. So what we're going to do is choose yesterday. We had a few people walking through the showroom. So once you've selected your time period, you then want to select your resource. So here we can add resources. So as mentioned by Emma, you can actually search across multiple sites. So here you can see we've got HikCentral Doncaster, HikCentral Glasgow, and HikCentral Manchester. But today we're just going to add London. We then drop down to the DeepInMind NVR, and then that will give us the 7-line camera that we have the appearance search set up for. If you remember in the slides, by solution 2, which is using the DeepInMind NVR, there are only particular filters that are available with this solution. And as you can see here, it's highlighted those filters that we can apply. So we have age group, gender, whether they're wearing glasses, the colour of the tops, whether they've got a backpack or not, and whether they're cycling. So what I can do here is add a filter to the age group. So I can select youth and click search. And basically it'll go away and find anybody within the appearance that is classified as a youth. Again, we could change that to adult and click search. And again, it'll go away and find other people that is classified as an adult. What we can also do is select gender. So I can select a male and click search. And on the right hand side here, we can see it's come back with all the males that have been captured within the scenario. What we can also do is apply, are they wearing glasses? Click search again. And over here, we can see if I select the person of interest, you can see that they're wearing glasses. So on the right here, this is the captured shot of the person of interest. And at the bottom here, it gives you the details. So it tells you the age group, the gender, is wearing glasses, yes. The top colour is black. We have no backpack and they're not cycling. And then which camera it has been captured on. We can also select a video clip. So just the camera icon on the right hand side there. If we select that, it will go away and find the footage of the person passing through the scenario at the time. What we can also do is, if I turn off the wearing glasses and select backpack and click search. I walked through the showroom last night just before leaving with a backpack on, just to show that we can search for people with backpacks as well. A male with a backpack. And there I am just walking through the scene. And again, you have the actual snapshot of the event there. Also, another useful feature that we have within the appearance search is if I search for a male with a top colour of black, click search, it'll come back with all them results with those filters. So I'm just going to do a search on a picture of myself here. So if I hover over the image, it will give you the details of basically, it's an adult, gender of male, I'm not wearing any glasses, I've got a black top on, and again, I can just select search picture at the bottom here. What that does is it uploads the image into our search by picture page. So basically from here, again, you can select the time period. So you have all the same options. So I'm going to select yesterday again, because I walked through the showroom a few times. It's automatically put the resource within the camera. If you want to add additional resources, if you just click the edit button up here, you can then go and search for other resources within other sites or within the same site. We're just going to leave that with the showroom camera. Basically, you can set the similarity. So I want to find anybody who's 90% and above looking as my appearance. So if I click search, it will go away and find every time I've actually walked into the scenario. So again, if I just drop that similarity down to 85%, and click search again, we should get some more results. Yeah, so there you can see we've got a couple more results from that. Again, the lower you drop the similarity, people, more results will come back through, but obviously it will be less like myself, my appearance within the image. Well, that concludes the live demonstration for today. I hope you found it useful, and I'd like to pass you back on to Emma. Thank you very much.